related project because they don't really exist. They just make things up. Now they have ICT related 2,122 ICT related projects that will cost in the 2025 budget to 505 billion naira, 790 million naira. So 505 billion for ICT project that doesn't exist. These are bogus. So I can go on and on and on. Take a look at another one there. Look at the one that is health-related projects. 319 projects that is health-related that will cost Nigeria 420 billion. And the project doesn't exist. There are others that exist. Here you get now, like, you will still see boreholes. So, like, they have more than this. Now, let me explain again. They have more than this 1,477 streetlight projects. But these particular ones, they could not trace it anywhere. The name of the places, they don't exist. Nigeria only make it. Because remember, take a look at that one that is a 1.44 trillion naira. Road construction here. That one is about road construction. 1,380 road constructions will cost 1.4 trillion naira. 1,440 billion. That is the 4 here. That 1.44 to the one there is 1 trillion. The 4 you see there is 440 billion. Billion, not million. And that's what these guys are going to share. So you tell me why they won't endorse Tinubu for second term. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Nigerians can go to places. They are gullible anyway. They are divided. They will be busy fighting themselves. Who cares? Even if you show them, even if they see us looting the money, like, well, they will see have our own people that will say, hey, and so, if na you unko, you know. While on the other hand, they continue to pretend that, they're offering some. So meanwhile, in Abuja yesterday, by the way, you see that bomb blast in Abuja, that blast that happened in Abuja yesterday is actually like a bomb blast. I saw the video of the suicide bomber. They said it was a suicide bomber. There is an army barrack in Abuja, right? It's called the Mogadishu Barracks, right? So this bomber, male, who grabbed this explosive, this bomb, for some reason, before he could actually gain entrance into the barracks, the explosive exploded and he became the lone victim in Abuja yesterday. 2027 election and 2027 political run has begun. They have started pulling all of their strings like we used to kind of see, right? Bomb blast in Abuja. I'm coming back.
The same work me and you do for you. You can't look me at the work. Hello?
So the security guys themselves have come out. This time they didn't bother to try to spin it. So they came out clean and said it was a suicide bomber and they didn't tell on anything. I mean, they didn't tell us anything more. Hey, 2027. It's gonna be like career criminals versus the drug lord. who has all the executive power. Kind of funny. You know what I mean? Because those ones from the northern part of Nigeria who have played the politics of using insecurity to curry power. So are they going to try that again? I mean, I'm not going to be so naive to pretend that there won't be, or should I say, the surge or the increase in the terrorism attacks in Nigeria since Kolu seemed to have cut off, contact with the snake, has a connection to their power struggle for 2027. I'm not going to probably pretend that it's not. And please don't call me a conspiracy theorist, because we have lived here before. It's just that the new the players are not new. It's just that, you see, it's like a reshoveled. So now they have to face themselves and while we as spectators watch. That's me. You know? 2027 is pretty gonna be bloody, right? Some will deploy their own tactics, right? Release more act of terror and terrorism. It won't be the first time. And obviously, it won't be the last time. We just don't know if it's going to work for them this time around. That's the only thing we don't know. Because the guy who they are really going to unleash that on was part of them when they unleashed terrorism on Nigeria just for power. They gained the power. Instead of ending the terrorism, they decided to industrialize it. Terrorism became an industry under this APC, including corruption as well, legalized corruption under the APC, you know. So, in all, Edirao, I think that's the most beautiful advice I can give to you. All right. For everywhere you possibly find yourself in that contraption, right? Don't get caught unaware, because the desperados on all sides are beginning to kind of like take off their gloves, like all gloves off, mask off, and all that. So it's getting there. They have to introduce terrorism again for power. I don't think the people should possibly be caught unaware again. Suicide bomber, a male, right? Coming from the stable of the same terror sponsor. What message were they sending? I mean, what kind of message do you think they are sending? I do have an idea. Like I said before, Iwomadira. You get what I mean now? Iwomadira.
Pastor, Oko ọlọ́pàá ó ń ṣọ́ pastor. Àwọn ọmọjọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dira o, ìpápá ẹ̀dá rin. Jẹ́ ká wà ní báìbù tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dira ayé bàjẹ́.
So the religious people here, sometimes don't let some of these things get or fly through your heads, okay? The other day, I saw somebody who was like trying to send me a message. This is me just digressing a bit, okay? Because I remember that video now. I remember that scene. So after kind of like using that clip, somebody now sent a comment. And it was like, as usual, it was like, Mayegu, you know, I watch you all the time. Okay, Shima, let me tell you something. Okay, when they wanted to, because what that video said was that when they wanted to capture Jesus and he left, it kind of moved through their midst and they didn't see him. Therefore, he used affair. What is affair? Disappearance, sort of like power. He didn't see him and he moved. Somebody took that very personal. And he said, you know, I mean, you need to, as I think when I said that, it was okay, but you need to respect to. I mean, you need to respect it, what you are laced behind any form of your kind of like hypocrisy. If you can't get the message off it and you can't pretty much separate So that's up to you. So Kokoshidan, if you are watching me, you know yourself, right? Anyway, going after still in Abuja though, still in Abuja, because yesterday the PDP got I don't know if it's actually an embarrassment because they've probably been through worse, or maybe not. So it came to light that the landlord, that PDP, do not even own their own national headquarters. They are tenants in the building. And with the Wike, the FCT minister, who has been the, what do you call it, the slow poison that PDP has swallowed, currently leading her to a grave, sort of. So you all know. So yesterday when Wike and his men decided to go after the Abuja properties owners, right? They said they violated a law, they broke a law that said that it is mandatory that every property owner in Abuja must pay a ground rent, you know. So in 28 years, they said that the PDP paid no dime, and that came. Okay, I'm gone. I'm using PDP paid no dime like PDP had to pay, but PDP actually they are not the one to pay any ground rents. It should have been their landlord. But it won't make any sense if they say, PDP landlord didn't pay ground rents, and therefore PDP landlord, I don't know. So they had to say PDP, right? Anyway. So PDP said it wasn't them. 8 million naira is the amount owed by PDP on ground rent. But with the Wike decided to go after others too, including the FIRS, Federal Inland Revenue Service, the ones collecting all revenues for Tifnumbu, by the way, to make it look like everybody is affected, not just PDP. But prior to that, right, with the Wike already issued a statement blaming the Solomon Kinde Ibadan, you get, that he's a betrayer. It has now come to light that Wike is not mad like that. Do you understand? Like, there were actual people within their PDP who are the members of their BOT, members of their executive that have met and sat with Wike and they've made pledges to him. The pledges that they never meant to keep. But to Wike, they had to keep those pledges. I mean, what are those pledges? What are like the examples, right? The guy who is the secretary to the PDP secretary right now, right, is loyal to Wike. And Wike wants him to remain there, while others feels like he shouldn't, right? And they went to court. And from that court, right, the Supreme Court said that the guy is the authentic PDP secretary, still loyal to Wike. So it now seemed as if the other faction loyal to Bala Mohammed in Bauchi have been doing everything to see how to remove Wike's hand from within. And Wike was like, even you, Bala, you, I actually played a role in getting you re-elected. Why would you just betray me? You've had meetings with me in private that we agreed to this, we agreed to that. So as majority are pretending that it is only with Wike that is problematic, so they met. And some of them felt like, you know what, it's high time that they stop pretending about this guy, get him get him dismissed from their party. There's something that he accused them of doing. It's like he shortchanged them or played them. What happened? This is the Rivers State state of emergency that removed or suspended the Fubara, the seamless guy, spineless one, right? So they said, you remember that PDP went to court, the PDP governors, I believe, they went to court to challenge that. In one of their nocturnal meetings, secret meetings here and there, where they were actually making pledges to Wike, on one of those occasions, they agreed to withdraw the case against the emergency rule. But these still are not really satisfactory to Wike, because Wike is like, these guys have actually done me bad, guys. You have no idea. Yes, I'm the loudest. I'm the one who is screaming, but you have no idea what these guys have done. While others feels like is just an ungrateful bastard, right? Who want to eat this cake and still have it. In all, one person described the whole madness and he said they may continue to pretend to themselves, right? But it's like a lot of them kind of like have guns and they are pointing the guns at themselves, but they are still smiling, pretending that, or maybe that person is a troublemaker. The deceits, oh my child, stop out there, right? So what happened next is that people destroying people have received a bit of a reprieve from Tifnumbu by design. So Tifnumbu is said to have announced a 14-day extension, which means the Wike should give everybody, every defaulter, another 14 days to pay the money. And then, continue to pay the money. That's not how the PDP reacted, or should I say, the other faction of PDP, right? The first person to speak on it, I want to say, is Akume. No, not Akume. It's this guy, Gabriel Suzwan. Remember him?
Abati, thank you very much. I think PDP is still in the ICU. Desperate attempts are being made by a certain group of persons to rescue it. And you know that when a patient is in the ICU, that means that the ailment is very serious. As you can witness, the activities that have taken place since we last spoke, if you have, I keep emphasizing this without sounding like a broken record. I talked about leadership. Even at the family level, if you don't have good leadership, that family is doomed. What has happened to PDP basically is that of leadership, lack of capacity on the part of the leadership of the party. How can people, they have had sacred meeting, the FCT minister mentioned it. He said there was a meeting in Lagos, he was invited, they had agreement in Lagos. There was another meeting in Abuja, in the house of a former Senate president, where those agreements were consolidated. If you are sincere to the people, and when we were called, former governors and current governors, about 2 weeks ago to a meeting, none of this was before us. Nobody knew that there were sacred meetings where agreement was reached with the FCT minister. If you engage somebody in an agreement, you invite somebody and you engage him, it is only honorable that you honor that agreement. If you're not interested, why do that in the first place? So I don't blame the FCT minister for what he's saying. It's dishonorable for me to call you and agree on something with you, Segun Abati, at my level, and then I reneged without reference to you. So I don't blame him. It is the lack of capacity of the leadership, and the leadership has not been straight with party followers. We are major stakeholders. If we're called to a meeting by the current governors under the leadership of the PDP Governors Forum Chairman, Bala Mohammed, and that we were not aware that they had had 2 meetings with N7tr, and had had some agreement with him, it means that we're hoodwinked. And I think that is not right. If people at this level we engage in those kind of activities, it's very unfortunate. And so I don't blame Wike for what he's doing. There was no need in the first place for them to engage in agreement with him at the expense of other people. Other stakeholders were not consulted in those agreements. How can you go and engage in such agreement knowing that that agreement that you will not likely fulfill? There was no need for that. So I think that the leadership in PDP is the biggest problem that we have. I keep saying this. And
Wahala. So that's Gabriel Suswan, your former governor, Director's Court. That's it. It's former Benue governor, isn't it? Anyway, to their own grandpa, another ex-convict. The man who said that if Tifnubu by any means should become president of that contraption, he would have to leave Nigeria at that old age. Ladies and gentlemen, but they judge his own reaction, on the matter.
In regard to the locking up of our party, it is absolutely sacrilegious, unacceptable, and culturally inadmissible. One, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Wike, Governor Wike,